Buenos Diaz and welcome back to the vlog, everybody. My name is Pablo Diaz and you have been missed by yours truly. Man, it's been a second. We're back. We're doing our thing. Let's just keep this thing rolling. Back on June 14th, 2018, I made a video called My Sensor Cleaning Did Not Go As Planned.
Okay, sensor is now open. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my lens and expose the sensor.
On that video, I showed you how much dust I had on my sensor. There was a lot of it. I tried to clean it myself. It didn't go as well as I thought it would, and the reality is I chickened out in one cleaning it a second time. I just didn't want to take that risk on messing up the sensor. So what I said at that time was that I was gonna send it in for a cleaning. Well, the story goes that I hadn't gotten it clean until recently. My buddy Wes Creasel of Wes Creasel Photo, you've seen him on this channel before. He was kind enough to take my Canon 70D into a local Canon dealership that is really close to his home, and he was able to get this bad boy all cleaned up. And now it's time to unwrap this puppy, slap an SD card in there, take some photos, and see if we really do have a full sensor cleaning. And hopefully we do have a crispy clean sensor. So just a few details about the Canon dealer repair shop. They did offer two levels of cleaning, I guess. One was just to clean the sensor, which was $49. And then there was another $120, I guess, deep cleaning. I do not think they were gonna give it the whole up and down, left to right, inside out cleaning. I just decided to go with the $49 cleaning. It seemed good enough. That's really what I was looking for, was a sensor cleaning. I've had this camera for about 4 years now, and it was about time that I got the sensor properly cleaned. I do feel though, after that cleaning that I attempted, I'm pretty certain that I would give it another go. I really do. Okay, they actually put this handy dandy little sticker to cover the sensor, which was really cool. I've already slapped the lens back on it. Battery is in it. Let's go ahead and put an SD card inside it. All right, let me go ahead and format this bad boy. All right, all set. My SD card has been formatted. So here are the next steps. I want to check, just like I did last time, I want to see if there's any sensor dust on this cleaned sensor. There shouldn't be anything on there, especially after sending it straight to Canon. So fingers crossed. So just like last time, I'm going to set a very low ISO at 100. I'm going to set my f-stop at f22, very high f-stop. So we have a very small amount of light coming into it. And I'm leaving the shutter open for 2 seconds. And so I have a piece of white paper here that I have right in front of me. I have it in manual mode. Focus is not important. What I'm going to do is, and if you can see this, that I actually am showing some data here, so that is good. So we will have data when we put it into Lightroom to check for any dust on the sensor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click the shutter and move this around. And it took a shot. I'll just take one more to make sure. Here we go. Again, ready to go. Move it back and forth. And I've got some good data. So now I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the camera, pull the card, and we're going to go ahead and let's go into the computer. Okay, I'm in Lightroom now, and I am looking at one of the images. And so there are a concentration of spots in the far right hand upper corner. There's this one really dark spot on the actual screen, and if I dig down even deeper in, I'm gonna have to match it up. You can see this one right here. That's an obvious one after the cleaning has already been done. And this concentration up here in the corner concerns me a little bit. I mean, there's one right here in the center, it looks like. Yeah, center top. I mean, this is getting down into the weeds of it. And all right, so I am interrupting the video there because there is no way that I'm gonna keep going with that sensor cleaning not up to par. So what I ended up doing is I asked my buddy Wes Creasel, he's been on the videos and the vlogs before, and I asked him to take my camera back into Canon. He lives real close to the actual Canon distributor shop, and he was able to send it in. I had called him previously, hey, I need this sensor cleaned yet again because I am not satisfied with what you just saw a second ago. And yes, they took it in for free. They did a second cleaning. They called a couple days later, said it was ready. Wes actually picked it up for me, and I have it now in my hands. So what we're gonna do is the same test that we did before. We're gonna have the shutter speed at 2 seconds, ISO 100, and a high f-stop of 22. Go ahead and take the photo, move it around. Okay, that is good to go. I want to show you, if you can't see it before, there is some data in there, and that's what we want. We want to see a little bit of data, whatever that might be, and in this case we've got something. And now let's go ahead and put it into Lightroom. All right, now I have the file into Lightroom and you can see it here. And if we look closely, I'm gonna zoom in here in a second, but I wanna show you the problem spots from last time. If you do remember, they're right about here where the cursor is. There was that big black dot that now I don't really see, but we're gonna zoom in a little closer. This top right corner was just caked on with sensor dust. So let's go ahead and zoom in to that corner. We're pretty tight in there, and let's kind of move around. So left-hand top area, like quadrant 1 if you will, looks pretty good. Let me go from top to bottom slowly. I know you're probably not seeing anything on the screen, but you can see that I'm moving the actual file. I'm gonna actually go to the very top of it so you can see the edge. I'm gonna move along the top of it, and just to see if I can see any sensor dust. I mean, it is just 100% better. Here's the top right-hand corner. Can we zoom in any closer to that? Let's see. Yes, we can. And let's get in that top right-hand corner. Oh man, I'm a happy camper. If that's clean, you know the rest of it is pretty clean. Here I'm just moving around the whole thing, just kind of willy-nilly, and that's it. I am a happy camper. And in this case, Canon did me a solid. They did me right. They professionally cleaned the sensor. I'm not sure what happened the first time. Maybe they just gave it a once over, handed it back in, and thought it was, hey, good enough. But not for this guy. One thing that you should look out for, especially if you're a new photographer like myself, you don't know what you're supposed to be seeing, I guess. And in this case, you saw the caked on dust from before, and you saw what I just showed you, which was a cleaned sensor, and there was nothing on the image at all, and that's what we wanted. So if you're ever getting your sensor cleaned, make sure you don't take anything less than clean. I was just thinking, hey, maybe the spots that were on there after the cleaning was just par for the course. Maybe you don't really clean a sensor all the way. So in this case, no, you do get your sensor cleaned all the way. So make sure you do not settle. I almost did, but I sent it back, and I know it's a pain in the butt, but you do want a clean camera ready to go, and you should get this done once or twice a year. I know it's kind of expensive. You need to check with your local photography stores and or distributors that may be in your area and see what they charge, but I would say a good sensor cleaning is probably going to cost you between $35 and $50. I think that's a good price to get started with. So at least get it done once a year, and that'll keep the longevity of your camera and your images right up to par and up to snuff. So would I do it again? Absolutely. But would I consider potentially doing it myself in the future? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think the next time I need to do a sensor cleaning, I may just take it on myself again. All right, that's gonna do it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like if you enjoyed any part of this video and you might have learned something. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and leave me a comment down below. I'd love to chat with you. Remember, always sprinkle a little bit of fun in your life, and when you're having that fun, remember to always keep it fun enough. Until the next one, outro, bing!